Hello everyone, this is Aravindananda is going to present. The today's class is about introduction to MySQL. Already 3 classes already over about the MySQL. Today is the last class, of few concepts are left about MySQL. There are so many concepts are available in MySQL, but in plus 2 syllabus there are some few concepts are there. Already different types of SQL statements is already discussed. DDL, data definition language, DML, data manipulation language, DCL, data control language, TCL, transaction control language. So, you are performing different transactions. So, what are the statements we are using to control your transactions? That is commits, rollback, save point. These concepts are already discussed. DCL, data control language, already completed. That means how to control that is different commands like your grant, revoke. So, grant is a command already provide the permission to different users. So, what type of permission? Suppose a particular user wants to access a particular data item or tables or database, the permission is provided by the super user. The super user, there is the data are stored in a database, let the database are in a server. So, basically the user are in a client machine. So, there is a middleman is present in each and every organization, there is a super user that is called your administrator. The administrator will provide the permission to different user, which part of the database will be used by the which user. That permission is granted. So, the command is already discussed, grant permission, grant resources to the users. You can create a user, create user username. So, after creating the users, the permission is granted to different users by using the grant command. That means, which part of the database will be used by which users. Revoke is a command to withdraw the permission. If permission is granted, that we can withdraw the permission if it is no more needed. So, that already discussed in DCL, data control language. DML already discussed, data manipulation language, like your insert the records, already created the table and insert different records, then you can delete the records, different and retrieve the records display on the screen by using the select statement, select, insert, delete. There are so many commands available in DML, data manipulation language. DDL is already covered, that is DDL means data definition. You can define, create a table, create a database, create table name to create a table, create a database, create database name. You give the name of your database or give your name of your tables. DSC is a command description of your table. So, when you create a table, the table is already created in memory, but it is not visible on the computer screen. So, that is why how to display on your screen, you write the DSC, description of table name. What type of data type you are describing, that will display, and create command to create a table and create a database. Rename, maybe you can rename a table given a particular name, you want to change the name of the table by using the command rename. Alter is a command is used to change the structure of your table or database. Different type of alter commands are already discussed. So, the today's class is about display the data from multiple tables. There are so many joining operations are there. So, only I will discuss about the equijoin and Cartesian product. So, Cartesian product. So, this is a simple mathematical concept. This is coming from the Cartesian product which know from mathematics set theory. Let A is a set, B is another set, we find the Cartesian product of two sets. So, let A is a set having the elements suppose 1, 2, B is another set having let the element having 3, 4. So, you have to find A cross B. So, it will be the order pair, it will contain x y order pair such that x y such that x belongs to A set and y belongs to B set. This is the general definition of Cartesian product from set theory. We are already acquainted with the terms. That means, when you multiply with A with B, so you get the order pair x y format. So, x is the element of which set? The A set element. So, this set element is taken as x and this set element is taken as a y. So, it is a order pair is a combination of x y such that x is the element of A set and y is the element of B set. So, what will the value? So, you take like this 1 3 1 4 1 3 1 4. Similarly, 2 3 2 4 2 3 then 2 4. So, these are the order pair, this is the value of x, this is the value of y. So, the first element is belongs to first set, the second element belongs to B set. Similarly, we are also finding the B cross A. Similarly, you can calculate B cross A Cartesian product of B with A. So, 3 1. So, what you get 3 1 then it is 3 2. Similarly, 4 1 then 4 2. So, likewise we can calculate the Cartesian products. So, similarly the same concept we will use. Okay. So, the Cartesian product of two sets. Similarly, the similar concept we are applying in MySQL also. So, let A is one table and B is another table. You are already created the table in the name of A and another table you can created by using the name of let it be B. So, by using the create command you have to create a table that the name of the table is A and another table let it be B. It is having suppose employee ID is there, one field let it be suppose 01, 02, 03. Another table let it be another table the name is B, it is having suppose employee name. Suppose Aru Ram to B. So, how many records? There are 3 records in table B. So, how many records in first table? There are 3 records. So, that is what is the Cartesian product of two sets. When the Cartesian, that means we have to retrieve the data of two tables. Suppose my requirement is display the employee ID with name. So, E name is present in second table and E ID is present in first table. That means, my requirement is show me employee ID and employee name. This is my requirement, but it is not possible to retrieve from the one table, because first table contains the ID and second table contains the name, but my requirement is to display both in number with employee name. So, both tables will be required to display the records. So, what will perform? So, another operation is a join operation. Join is not possible between two tables here, because there is no common attribute present between the first table and second table. ename is separate field and eid is separate field. So, when join is possible, if there is a common field which is present with A and also in B, then you can join the two tables. But here joining of two tables is not possible. So, that is because there is no common attribute which is present between A and B. So, what you do? You will perform a Cartesian join Cartesian operations, that is called a Cartesian product between two tables. So, what you get when you find the Cartesian product? You find a table. If you find the Cartesian product of these two tables, so what is your result? A result is this eid ename. So, 0 1 Aru, similarly 0 1 Ram, 0 1 Ruby, similarly 0 2 Aru, 0 2 Ram, 0 2 Ruby, similarly 0 3 0 3 Aru, 0 3 Ram, 0 3 Ruby. So, that means, so A mod is how much? How many records present in A is equal to 3. How many records in here? That is also 3. So, what is A cross B mod? So, number of records present in the Cartesian product will be 3 into 3. So, that is 9 records. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So, total will be 9. So, if A mod in general we write, if A mod is equal to M, B mod is equal to N, then A cross B mod will be, that is M into N. So, here it is 3, here it is 3. So, 3 into 3, that is 9 records we are getting. So, how to write the syntax? So, this is the general concept. What statement we will write to retrieve the records from both the tables or the Cartesian product? What you write for this to combine the two tables A with B? So, you write the syntax is what our requirement? Our requirement is two field eid and ename are required. eid is present in first table and ename is present in second table. So, this is the first table, only one field is there, employee id is there, and another table is B having employee name. So, my requirement is I want to display both employee ID and employee name. So, both this field and this field is not in a single table, it is are in two different tables. So, what is your syntax? You select, what select? Select the records from the table, both the tables, this table and this table. So, what you write? Select. What select? The column you select, the first column, that is table 1 dot column. What is your column? Which column you want to? Similarly, the first column, this column will be from the first table. In place of table, you write here A, and in column 1 you write that is EID. So, select table 1 dot column 1, table 2 dot column 2, that means I want to, so EID of which table? That is A table, and ename is your column 2 from table 2. So, you write the column table name again, that is from table name, from table 1 comma table 2. So, that means this is the general syntax. You write like this: select table 1 is your A dot your field name is what, EID, comma table 2 is your B. So, B dot your is E name, because my requirement is this field and this field. So, this field is belongs to which table, that is first table. The table name is A. In place of table 1 you write A dot EID, table 2 is what, table 2 is B dot E name, from which table. So, these two fields we can retrieve from which table. So, this EID is from table A, your table name is A, and this is from table B. That means, both the attributes will be retrieved from table A and B and display on your screen. This is the practical point of view. When you do the practicals, then it will be clear. Is there any errors, easily you can detect it. So, this is one of the way to retrieve the records from multiple tables, and the another concept is your join concept. So many join are there, but in +2 syllabus only one join is applicable, that is your equijoin. Other joins are there, theta join, equijoin, semi join, so many other joins are there, semi joins. So, when join is possible, if there is a common attribute present in both the tables. If A is a table, B is another table, the table A and table B having number of attributes, and one attribute must be common, that is present in A and also present in B. In that case, the join is possible. If there is no common attribute, how to fetch the records from different tables? By using Cartesian product. So, Cartesian product means without, if there is no common attribute, you perform the Cartesian product, otherwise you perform the join operation. Joining the tables, different tables, that means more than one tables. So, one is your equijoin. Equijoin, theta join, semi join. So, that is not only, you only here we will discuss about equijoin, only equijoin in your syllabus. So, that means equi means, as the name is equi, that is equality comparison. So, it will select the records by comparing the equal values from first table and second tables. So, you check the common fields present in A and B, and according to the equality, as the name is equi, equi means what? Equi means equal to. There is no condition of greater than, less than, greater than equal to, less than equal to, we can take into consideration. Only the condition is equal. So, suppose I will write one table is here, it will match the table A from table B. Suppose this is a table A, the table A having two fields, suppose employee ID, employee name. ID is 01, name is suppose N1, 02 N2, 03 N3. B is another table. So, EID is here, suppose employee address 01, address is suppose A1, 02, address is suppose A2, 03, address let it be A3. So, here I want to, my requirement is display or show me. So, employee ID, employee name, employee address. So, this is my requirement, all the three fields I want to display, but it is not possible, it is not present in a single table. employee ID and e-name is present in first table, but employee ID, employee address is present in another table. But my requirement is to display what is the employee number with its name with its address. So, you perform, because here there is a common attribute. What is your common attribute? Employee ID. Employee ID is present here and employee ID is present here. So, here there is no need of to perform the Cartesian product here, because one common attribute is present. If there is a common attribute, you perform the join operation by taking the equality conditions. So, how to join? Join the two tables. So, your result will be, you perform the equijoin by checking the equality condition. So, when you join A with B, what is your result? If I will join A, join B, this is a symbol of join. What is your result? So, result will be EID, e-name, e-address. So, what is your common attribute? The common attribute is employee ID. Employee ID is present in first table, employee ID also present in second table. So, it will compare. So, 01 is equal to 01. So, this record is matching, 01 is same as 01, here EID, here EID, here it is 01, it is 01, 01 is matching. It is corresponding name is N1, corresponding address is A1. So, it will write 01, so this 01 is matching, the corresponding name is here N1, corresponding address is A1. So, this is N1, this is A1. So, after joining, this will be the table. Then 02 is matching 02, no, 01 is matching to 03, no. Similarly, 02, 02 is matched with 01, no matching, 02 is matching, this equal to this. So, corresponding name is N2, address is A2. 02, name is N2, address is A2. 03, 03 is not equal to 01, 03 is not equal to 02. So, 03 is equal to 03. So, this is equal to 03 is equal to 03. So, this is matching, its corresponding name is N3, address is A3. So, this is 03, N3, A3. So, this is your result, you are getting the result after joining operations. So, similar concept will be there. What is your syntax? I want to display details. So, details of the both the tables. So, select star from both the tables will be required, table 1 comma table 2, where condition, in which condition you display all the fields from the table. So, the condition is the first table employee ID is equal to second table employee ID. By taking the employee ID field equality, I will join the two tables. What is your general syntax? General syntax you write, select the attribute name or field name. If you want to display all the fields, you write star. So, here all the fields, employee ID, name and address will be required, all the fields are required. So, you write select all fields, you write star. If some selected fields is required, you write field name. So, select star from table name. So, table 1 comma table 2, because here there are two tables, not more than two. Select star from table 1, table 2, where condition. So, I want to fetch the records from table 1 and table 2, all the records from table 1 and table 2, that means all the attribute from table 1 and table 2, where condition. What is your condition? Where the EID field of table 1 is equal to the EID field of table 2, where table 1 dot column name, which column is equal, column 1 is equal to table 2 dot column 2. So, this is the general condition, column 1. So, in general what you write? So, this is the general syntax you write of this format. So, in general what you write here? So, here we write select, I want to display all the fields, you write star from which table, from table name is A, first table is A, second table is B. I want to display all the attributes, all the fields of table A and table B. So, what is your condition? I want to display A is what? A is a table 1 and what is B? B is the table 2. So, I want to fetch these attributes from table 1 and table 2. What is your condition? Where table 1 dot column 1, table 1 means A, where A dot EID is equal to B dot EID. By taking this common attribute, if this B dot EID, how to identify this attribute? Table name dot field name. So, table name is B, EID is the field. So, EID of which table? EID of B table and EID of A table is equal. Then by taking this equality condition, you fetch the records. So, here you can select all the attributes from the table A and B. A is a first table and B is the second table. Here table 1 is what? Table 1 is A. What is table B? Table B is what? That is table 2. Where table 1 dot column 1. So, table 1 is what? A. So, A dot EID, EID is the first column, this let it be second column. The first column is here EID. Okay. So, I am taking 1 means first column. So, first column is what? First column is EID. That means EID attribute or field of first table. That means A dot EID means what? The EID field of A table. Similarly, EID of which table? EID employee ID of second table. If employee ID of first table is equal to employee ID of second table, then the record will be fetched from table A and table B. So, we are getting the combined result from both the tables. This is a condition of equijoins. Then another concept is already let that is manipulation data of a table. How to manipulate? Manipulation of data in a table. How we can manipulate? That means I want to change something, update something. The command is update. Which command? The command is update command. This command is used to update or change that is manipulate the data values. So, the syntax is what? Update table name, update table name, which table you want to update, and you can set the new value. So, set column 1 the update value. So, column 1 expression, column 1 equal to expression 1. Similarly, column 2 expression 2, like this you can update the multiple records maybe, or that is or a single column maybe change it. So, dot 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 this will be goes one after another. Then where you provide the condition, where in which condition you can change, where condition. So, very simple example, suppose a employee table is here, let it be different attribute present in the employee table. This is employee ID, employee name, let it be salary. 01 N1 salary is suppose 5000, 02 name is N2 salary is let it be 6000, 03 N3 10,000, suppose 04 employee name is N1 15,000, 05 N4 20,000. Suppose a particular employee whose salary previous salary let it be the employee 2 name is suppose N2. The old salary now the salaries of employee N2 is what 6,000. Let the salary will be incremented by let it be 2,000 or 5,000 whatever it may be. So, I want to write the update value this value will be you can delete write it be let it be 8,000. So, this update value you can write here that is the salary of employee 2. Employee 2 means the name is N2 whose salary is incremented by 6,000. 6,000 that will be changes to 8,000. I want to update this value. So, what you write? Update table name, the syntax is update table name. So, what you write? Update, which table you update? I want to update the table name is what? The table name is EMP, EMP is my table. So, update table name is what? Table name is employee. So, EMP my table name. I want to update the table name EMP. So, you write the table name here the table name is EMP. Set, what you set? Set which column? Set the column value. So, column is write the column name. So, set salary, salary is equal to I will set what value I will set? I will set 8,000. The salary set 8,000. What is your condition? In which place this 8,000 will be? Where your condition is where employee ID is equal to what? 02. That means where employee ID is equal to 02. So, update employee table. So, this is a employee table. Employee table is here. You update this table. Where you update? Where employee ID is 02. Where is employee ID? Employee ID is 02 is this. And its salary. Salary will be set. What you set? 8,000. So, that previous value is let it be 6,000. That will be changes to what value? The update value is 8,000. So, that means the oldest value will be removed and new value will be assigned. So, update table name, set column name, not exactly one column, you may be change in multiple, you write comma like this. So, set column 1 expression 1, column 2 expression 2 like this. So, here I am updating the salary field, the employee 2 whose salary is 6,000, it will changes to let it be 8,000. So, that is why I have written update table name is employee and you set the salary field value is 8,000 in which condition where employee ID is equal to 02. So, this is employee ID 02, its salary field value is set to 8,000 of which table the table name is EMP. So, this is basically you can manipulate or update the value of the records. And the last concept I will discuss about primary key constraints. Primary key constants. So, what is the primary key? A key is a column or set of columns which will uniquely identify the records. Unique identification of records, that field is called primary key. For example, suppose employee is a table name, the name of the table is employee. Employee having employee ID, employee name, address 01, 02, 03, N1, N1, N2, A1, A1, A3, 04, N4, A4, 05, N5, let A5. So, what you say, suppose a particular student may be, let another table may be a student table. Student table having a roll number or enrollment number. So, roll number, name, address, let it be. Roll number 01, name is suppose S1, address is A1. Roll number 02, S2, A2, 03, S2, A1, 04, S1, A1, 05, S2, A5, let it be 06, S4, A6. So, here if you tell those name is S1, please stand off. Suppose your teacher said S1, please stand off. So, in a class there may be a multiple students having the same name. So, name may be duplicate. Here S1 is here, S1 is here. So, there are two S1 is in a particular class, because a particular class having that is more than one student having same name may be duplicate. Address may be duplicate. In a particular address, my address is same as others address, because all the students are staying in a mostly in hostels. So, the students address may be same or it may be duplicate, but roll number of the students should not be duplicate. Suppose I will say roll number name is S1, S1 please stand up. So, how many students will stand up? 2 students. Suppose I will say S2 please stand up. So, how many S2? 1, 2, 3, 3 S2. So, 3 students will stand up. Suppose I will say those address is A1 please stand up. How many students will stand up? 1, 2, 3, because 3 students having the common address, that is A1. But if I will say those roll number 1 please stand up. So, how many students will stand up? Only 1 student. Roll number 2, 1 student. Roll number 3, 1 student. Roll number 60, 1 student. What does it mean? The roll number field should not duplicate. It is a unique value, but name should be duplicate, address may be duplicate. If I will say roll number 1, only 1 record will be fetched. If I will say roll number 2, only 1 record will be retrieved from the table. If say roll number 60, only 1 record. If I will say name is S1, so how many records? 1, 2. If address is A1, then 1, 2, 3 records will be fetched. So, what is a primary key? Primary key is a key or it is a field in a table which will uniquely identify the records, unique record will be fetched. So, here the roll number field is a unique field, that means if roll number 1 means 1 record will be fetched, if roll number 2 means only 1 record will be fetched, roll number 3 means how many records? 1 records. So, what says? So, the roll number field is treated as a primary key, because the value is not duplicated. So, there are 2 conditions, there are these conditions follows. It is a unique identifier, the value should not be duplicate, and again the value should not be null, it should not be blank. A student having name, having address but no roll number, it is not possible. So, it should not be null, null will be not allowed, it must be having some roll number. The primary field, which field you treated as a primary key, the field should not be null or should not be blank, and if the values should not be duplicate, it must have some unique values. Similarly, in this table, which field is a primary key? Employee ID, this is unique, no value is duplicated, name is duplicated, address is duplicated. So, that is employee ID is unique, or in a student table also registration number is a unique field, that is not duplicate. So, what the condition? So, it is uniquely identify the records and the value should not be duplicate, and again the value should not be null. If it is a null, how to fetch the records? It is not possible. So, that is why so primary key must have a value. So, it should not be null. This is the condition. So, in practically what are the constraints we can use in a practically? If a particular field, suppose student table and roll number field is a primary key. Okay. So, if I am declaring like this, so what is your syntax, how to declare primary key? We simply concept you write the primary key, the field name is primary key. So, that create command, when you create a table, at that time you define that field name is primary key, like that. So, like this, create table name, create table name, then you write the field name, which fields, different fields are there are, let it be 3 fields or 4 fields according to your choice, you declare the fields or columns. So, you declare the column 1 like this, column 1, then what type of data you can declare, it is a number type or type, data type, then you provide the size like this. Similarly, column 2, data type, size. So, dot similarly column A, n number of columns you can define, data type, size. So, you can end it means, so that is, this is a comma, last you put the end is a semicolon. So, here I am not defining any primary key, simply I am write create table name and define the attributes. Suppose without using primary key, I am creating the table, this table let it be student table. I am showing you the distinction between defining primary key and without defining primary key, what the problem arises. So, here suppose I will write create, the table name is student, create table student, 2 is your table name, create table name. So, what is your table name? Table name is 2. What is your field? Roll number, column 1 is roll number, table name, roll number is of which type? It is a number type. What is your size? Let it be 10. Then name is of which type? Let it be varchar 2. What is your size? Let it be 20. Then address, the third phase is address, it is of variable character type, size let it be 40. So, that means the table is already created, in the name of student. When you insert the records, you write the insert command. When you insert the records, you write the insert command, insert into table name values, insert into table name values. Then you within this bracket you can input the roll number is a what? Roll number is a primary key. Okay. That means this without declaring a primary key and with declaring primary key. If you are not declaring a primary key, so every field will be accepted the duplicate values. That means no field is treated as a primary key. So, the roll number field also accepted the multiple values or duplicate values. If you declare here roll number size 10 is a primary key, that means according to the constraints or rules of primary key, it should not accept the multiple values, only the unique values should be accepted. And again, and the value should not be, if you make it blank and make it like this, so null value is also not accepted. So, that means you must have enter a value and that value must be unique. That is the basic distinction between the primary key, you declare the primary key and without declaring primary key. So many other concepts are there, but it is not your syllabus. Only the DDL, DML, DCL, DCL, these commands are only available. Some group commands, order by clauses, primary key constraints, then different commands like alter commands, how to retrieve the records from multiple tables by using Cartesian product and equijoin only, because there are so many join operation is available, only equijoin is only available. So, by using equijoin and Cartesian product, we fetch the records from multiple tables. So, basically this is a practical point of view, it will be not clear in theoretically, because MySQL and SQL Oracle is everything is a practical oriented paper. But if before going through a practical paper, you thoroughly about the theory concepts, then if you do the practicals, then it will be better for you for understanding purposes. Okay, so this is the end of the class. Thank you all.